Jay Z and Beyoncé have now publicly declared their intention to leave the US. They're actually moving to the UK, specifically to the Cotswolds. Therefore, their residence will be shifting. They have essentially been attempting to purchase their land, and a deal has been reached. They now have some loans and reorganizations that they are taking out for their properties in America. And it appears that they are purchasing this home with those or other monies. What did that woman say, folks? Before I even start watching the remainder of this video,
what did that lady say, guys?
There's more than one kid. There might be more than one kid. I can't remember with everybody who has kids, but anyway, him, his kid, and his wife, I see them with suitcases, and I literally see them leaving. So their residence will no longer be in the United States. This is what I'm seeing, and this happens by 2027, if not sooner, 2025 through 2027.
All right, folks, it seems ridiculous to me. In the video, when she discussed Jay Z, Sloan Bella clearly made an accurate prediction. They will all essentially be relocating and changing their residence between 2025 and 2027. I don't think that their desire to see the Cotswolds is the only reason they are leaving the United States. I think it's safer for kids to either take a break, get out of particular situations, or go somewhere else because there are other things going on. That's what I believe the topic of this discussion is. Because it was exclusively disclosed in June that they were looking at a house in Oxford that is well known to Beyoncé and Jay Z fans worldwide. She was in London for her Cowboy Carter tour at the beginning of this summer. Around that time, an insider connected to the property exclusively told the Oxford Mail that the American couple would be moving to Cotswold, according to them, Beyoncé. And Jay Z visited a location close to Wigington last week in a helicopter. Currently, it appears that the relocation is proceeding, and the Mirror indicates that this property is a done transaction. The publication was informed by a person close to the transaction that they were negotiating the price and that the property was no longer for sale, indicating that the deal was now formally finalized. A transfer to the UK seems to have been planned for some time. Although the UK is on the agenda, their headquarters will always be in Los Angeles, because they encourage her in whatever she does. Beyoncé adores the UK, and since so many famous people live in Cotswold, it has been proposed that the 43-year-old should do the same so she would feel completely at home. As a result, she will be living next door to Ellen DeGeneres, Simon Cowell, the Beckhams, and her spouse. And while it may be intriguing to learn why a celebrity is relocating to the console, it's also unclear why there has been a change in residence, and why Sloan was able to correctly predict this in her video in which she saw him stating that they were moving, and that she saw them leaving the country with suitcases. They may choose to relocate and live anywhere they want right now, so I don't think they are in any kind of problem. However, I do think that they have other hidden agendas behind their action. Furthermore, I don't believe it has anything to do with anyone's profession. They are able to board a private aircraft and go whenever and wherever they like. The man is worth several $billion. Only his wealth, Kate, comes to about $3 billion with hers. It is not necessary for them to reside in a certain location in order for their occupations and distance to be handy. Furthermore, Beyoncé's tour was sold out throughout Europe, despite the fact that the UK is a huge fan. She is also adored by them, therefore I don't believe it to be true. I have no idea what that is. Perhaps you can provide some ideas in the comments section below. However, others on the internet are pointing out that it's a little strange that they relocated. Here, and comparing it to Sloan Bella's video, just how I saw that this is the prediction she made in that video whenever she made it. Therefore, something else is happening in the background. Something on the bottom is dirty, as I've always stated. Again, these rich people can truly go any place, so I never understood why Ellen would even relocate to the Cotswolds. Why? Therefore, are they relocating to the same region? What is causing them to move as a congregation? As if I don't comprehend. Perhaps they were instructed to relocate there. I don't understand the purpose of this. They will undoubtedly be stationed wherever their residences are, but they will primarily reside in the UK, and that is a done thing. This is a purchase of new real estate. People are just talking about it. Hi everyone, that's Roby. Regular and everyday content, do not forget to subscribe to the channel. Only one click is required. All you need to do is that, and it will undoubtedly make a big difference. I would be very grateful. I didn't really want to provide an introduction, so let's go right into this video's late introduction. I wanted to go right into this video because, guys, there will be a lot to discuss in the videos that follow this one. There is a lot going on, therefore, I want to discuss everything in several videos. Kelsey and Taylor Swift are both engaged, according to their announcement. Their post received over 10 million likes just a few hours ago, breaking the internet. This is probably going to be the most loved post ever. The engagement between Taylor and Travis Kelce was kept a secret. According to information obtained by Page 6, they essentially ended up proposing to the pop diva a few weeks ago. I apologize, Travis. We don't know the precise date. They included a description that said, "Your English teacher and your gym teacher are getting married." And her song is High School from one of her albums, although it's unclear if this actually occurred before or after they recorded their podcast. Several pictures of Kelsey popping the question in a gorgeous garden are included in the slideshow. Additionally, the post was set to Swift's high school track. Sorry, high school. We are informed that the Swift family is content. The Kelceys are ecstatic, and everyone is celebrating. In response to this, even Trump has stated that he thinks Taylor is amazing. Thus, we're aware that Taylor is releasing a new album. On the podcast, she made that announcement. She will release that the following week. They were clearly engaged a few weeks ago, so this is purely marketing savvy. But they're promoting it in conjunction with the release of her album. It's not even necessary for her to do it. The record will sell out really well, but it will just make things better because a new album becomes available the following week. It's also a pop-related record. As a result, Taylor Swift is currently the center of attention, and some are even asking the president how he would respond. It has taken over blogs and all of the tabloids. This year's largest announcement of a public celebrity engagement is this one. And for a very long time, if I may, I'm not a huge fan of either of these people. They are obviously extremely brilliant and incredibly accomplished. And this is a rather big post. Very, very large. Everyone's walls have been breached on this. Fire Page 6. One of the tabloid reviews has received over 500,000 views. And essentially, we can see how this appears in these pictures. She had desired this flowers all over the place. Him on his knees. A few folks are taken aback. They weren't prepared for these two to actually reach this point. Additionally, some are complaining that the upcoming football season will be unbearable because of her constant presence in the stands during Kelsey's games. However, I can assume that when she performs in a Super Bowl, which is undoubtedly on the horizon, it will be much more intolerable for those who might not be her admirers. Additionally, that individual will be present at the stadium. For Taylor Swift, everything is going as planned. It's Taylor Swift herself. Sorry. But that woman was able to amass $1 billion fortune only by touring by herself. That woman is skilled at earning a living. She didn't need to launch new items and companies as other celebrities do because she was already touring. Given how much money she has made from her Eros tour, I think it's the highest grossing instrument for a female performer. As a result, she is gradually shattering borders and taking over the whole music business. Since this has just gone viral, I felt compelled to talk about it in order to find out whether anyone is even a fan of her. In relation to this discussion, please be sure you subscribe to the channel. It only takes a single click. It makes a big difference. Indeed, it does. Joining Merid Nation is all that is required of you. turn into a marauder. Press that button. Please leave a tip if you would like. They also have a significant impact. And I'll see you all for another video shortly.